look at this. How is everybody doing today? Great seeing y'all in here. Welcome to the Trade Talks Live. We do this, and this is a special edition. This is Friday. It's always a special edition.
Oh, I love Fridays.
You've been ready for that, ain't you?
I have.
You've been ready for it.
You know?
Man, we do this each and every day. And what we do is we jump in here and we talk about the trades. All the trades, not just plumbing, not just pipe fitting. We talk about HVAC, we talk about welding. And we even talk about that other one. The ones that
Concrete guys?
the ones that don't clean up after themselves.
Oh, electricians.
That's the only ones. We talk about them all. We talk about them good. Look, we may talk a little trash, but look, we love our trades brothers, promise.
Yep.
Guys, we do this because I was taught a long time ago, if every day you'll get up and study your industry, your niche, your profession, if you'll get up and study that for 30 minutes to an hour every day, it will help move you up to be at the top 5% of your industry. Now, it may be the top 5% of your company, your state, the nation, the world. It doesn't matter. It's going to move you up. You're going to learn more. And it's not that you know about everything. It's there's less things out there that you don't know anything about. And that's what it's all about. I'm Roger Wakefield. I've been a plumber since 1980. I know that's a long time ago. But, you know, it's still the same then. Water still flowed downhill. It has since I got in. Now, you can pump it.
I was going to say.
I know.
I love my world.
I know where your mind goes.
I get to
know.
set my water
Randy
up.
said, oh, no, water can go uphill. And it can. And, guys, anyway, we do this. We love having you here. If you've been here before, welcome back. And if this is your first time, feel free to jump in, introduce yourself, tell us who you are, where you're from, what you do. And as you see, I'm not here alone.
That's it. Good morning, everybody. Happy freaking Friday. I am Henry Wakefield, a.k.a. Squirt, as you see down on the screen. For those of y'all on Instagram, we can't really see your comments. If you really want to talk to us, hop on over to YouTube.
Same thing on TikTok.
To the Trade Talks and TikTok, man. Y'all jump over here so we can actually talk with you and chat with you.
And when you jump over here, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell. That way you get notified every day at 11 o'clock Eastern time when we go live. Actually, you'll get notified 5 minutes beforehand.
That's it. Yes. We start early every day with a little countdown. Y'all get in there and chat it up. Have a great time. But 20-year fitter by trade. Loved fitting pipe, building mechanical rooms. One of my favorite things to do. But what I learned from my trade is I love to build things and I like to teach people things. How to do things, new skills. Now I get to run League Pro. And we would like to thank League Pro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks. But I actually get to build the equipment. And I build a couple different devices. So I suggest checking out the complete kit at our website, leak.pro. But also, if you're not familiar with it, like I said, I like to teach new skills. So we built a training center here just outside of Dallas, Texas, where we can give you hands-on training of how to go through and do leak detection under a slab and outside of a slab, even in sewer systems. So give me a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO. I'd love to talk to you about the equipment or the training.
And I also get to sponsor this show in a couple of ways. First of all, residential service professionals. If you have heard about best practice groups, but you don't like the fact that they put you in a cookie cutter mold, they tell you exactly what you got to do, and the only way you're going to grow is to do it exactly the way they say, that's not always true. I'm helping put together something really new, and we're doing a master class on August 22nd. And if you want to find out more about that, go to residentialserviceprofessionals.com/launch, LAUMCH. But guys, we get to do everything we get to do because of one reason. Because I started doing YouTube 7 years ago. And a lot of people ask me all the time, Roger, how do I grow my business? YouTube is what I used. YouTube is what I used to take my business that was struggling, was getting ripped off by marketing companies every other day. And we literally started doing social media to put our information out there about what we were doing, how we were doing it better than other people. And learning to do YouTube helped me grow my business, scale my business, and then sell my business. If doing YouTube is something you've thought about, but you think that you can't do it, YouTube's not the problem. It's that voice inside your head making you think it is. So if you want to learn more about it, I built a free webinar just for you. Go to justmattroger.com, check out the webinar, and then jump back in here and tell me what you think about it. And I see Julie Jones in here. Julie is also excited about that masterclass because she's going to be running it. So anyway, I just get to show up and have fun. So I'm going to jump into comments real quick. Terry Kennedy, good morning to you. Great to see you in here.
Happy
Jeep
Friday.
Cherokee guy, you got to love it. Yeah, happy birthday.
What up?
Happy Friday,
Happy
bros.
Friday, man. I love it. Like, yes.
What's up, guys? Gen X Plumber says, good morning, fellas. It's a Stay Safe Friday.
Oh, I love that.
So you can have a good weekend. I love that. That's a good one. Stay safe
Yes.
Fridays. We need to remember that.
Yeah.
And Fridays are when most accidents happen. So guys, do take care of yourself. Take care of your crews. Helping Hands Handyman Service says, well, okay then. Good morning, fellas. Good morning to you. Mr. Miyagi at Plumbing and Squirt just walked out of Home Depot. Happy Friday. We're ready for the weekend. I'm ready for the weekend. Are you ready for the weekend?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Go Leak Pro. And Matt says, hey, do you need help building equipment?
Hopefully by the end of the day.
Man.
We got metal coming.
Find out here in a little while.
That's it.
Helping Hands Handyman says Vivor Pro Press. What's the consensus? I haven't tried that brand.
I haven't tested that one. I've seen it at shows.
But yeah, and look, man, we love Pro Press. We tested it. It works.
Yep.
And Julie Jones, happy Friday, Roger and Randy. So excited about the masterclass on August 22nd. And we will be talking about that more later. Right now, we're going to jump into the national news because the federal agency has announced new school modernization grants. Big updates for contractors all across the country. A federal agency just announced a new round of school modernization grants aimed at upgrading K-12 facilities in nearly every single state. Now, this is part of a broader effort to modernize educational infrastructure, and this improves the energy efficiency and it brings older buildings up to today's safety and accessibility standards. Now, this means real work. There's going to be HVAC retrofits, upgraded electrical panels, fire alarm modernization, and the envelope work done, like windows, doors, insulation, stuff like that, to help keep some of that AC indoors and the heat outdoors, or the other way around. But also expect demand for lighting controls and low voltage systems. Now, here's the catch, guys. Most of these contracts are through CMAR or job order contracting. So it may be a government contracting deal. So you're going to have to meet some qualifications. So if you're not already on a district's pre-qualified vendor list, you're going to miss out. And yes, those of you companies that aren't union or overpaying your guys, and not really overpaying, I didn't mean it like that, but Davis-Bacon will apply. So you might have an opportunity to make more money. And if you're not handling certified payroll right, it's going to cost you a lot of money.
Yep.
Now, if you're doing MEP work, they're going to ask for energy performance projections. Do you have BIM? Do you have VR? Can you show them, look, we've projected this out. Here's what it's going to do. And if you can't work with the IECC or ASHRAE models, you better figure it out fast. Now, the funding is going to be flowing really fast. Don't miss out on it. If this is the kind of work you've wanted to do, or you thought, man, if we could just ever get into that.
I love that we're upgrading the schools. You know, I can think back, even whenever I was in high school, there were wings of the school that were still original. They hadn't replaced windows.
Don't you be talking about
Hey,
G-Town. No.
I'm not talking bad.
Back the truck up.
Not talking bad. Is all I'm saying is I love that we're going to modernize these schools. Because the thing that I remember is I was in a trade, but what did I get to look at most of my days? The way the trade used to be put in.
Hey,
let's start looking at some of the way the trade is put in now so that these youngsters see the more modern
We do
things.
that when we go to Utah and we video the houses they're building across the street.
I know
that's-
that.
I'm just saying.
But wouldn't it be nice if the place that they went to learn, they could see the same thing every day?
I say we just get plumbers in there and modernize it every day, and that way they can just go by and sit there and watch them.
Oh, I love it.
I do too, really.
I love it. Let's do that.
I do
Never
too.
ending upgrade project starting on every school in the world.
and if you'll get that thing going, the cool thing about it is they'll be able to walk in, and but you know what would be bad? Here's what would happen in a situation like that. The teacher walks in, sees them in there, and says, "Look, if you don't go back to class, you're going to end up doing a job like this." I mean, seriously, that's the way teachers think.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for them. I mean, I really do. I hate to say it, but it's man.
I remember hearing that, and I'd kind of laugh and chuckle at my teachers because it's like, man, those construction people make a lot of money.
Oh, they don't know that. They
I
don't
know.
think that.
No, I know. And that's the problem. Like, I always laughed because my whole family was plumbers. So I had a good idea. Like, they don't do it for nothing.
Wait, how'd Uncle G get that big truck?
That's it.
Paid cash for it.
Yeah. Like, I've seen it. It's out there.
It's not a bad gig.
That's it.
All right, website review. ProTradeCraft.com. Now, today's site is ProTradeCraft.com, one of the most practical training sites for hands-on building trades. It's built by trade pros for trade pros. You'll find details like thermal breaks in walls, how to do step-by-step window flashing, job site framing, videos, tool review, code commentary, and it's not just fluff, it's field proven. Squirt, why did you pick this one?
Well, there may be a reason. I'm not sure.
No, I know. Oh, look at that.
But you know, if they're pulling some of our recent videos,
Man,
it's got to be a good channel or site,
Yeah,
right?
you know,
to
you
learn
would
from?
think, and it depends. Are they talking bad about us?
Well, no. So, like, a pro plumber critiques a DIY tool it install. Okay,
Hey,
now-
and another one, that's my brother Jeff Thurman. Guys, this guy's a phenomenal DIY contractor. He knows what he's doing.
it is. So, what it is, you can go through here. You can watch the video. I know you like that.
Wrote a blog, 2-minute read. I love it.
Here's your little transcript of
like
what goes
that.
on in the video, kind of things to learn, so that you can deep dive, guys. And I talk about socials a lot and being able to learn from it and stuff. But you also need to be connected to sites like this that actually study socials that maybe it's a couple socials you don't watch. There's some stuff in here I don't have any clue about. It's not my world. It could be yours.
And they've got a newsletter.
They got a newsletter
And I
you
like
can
that.
sign
I
up
like
for.
those.
It is nice. Like, I've signed up for a few different newsletters just to keep some of that current information coming in. That way I can let you know what's going on in the world. But it's good to be plugged into sites like this so that you are learning and getting that free knowledge that's out there, guys. And that's something I really like here. Videos, YouTube picks some animations. There's some really cool animations on here. Let's go to that real quick.
I want to find an animator, y'all.
Very simple to understand. It's all clear, easy to follow. And that's just something that I love. I want everybody to be able to see what's going on, the right ways to do it, how it looks. And these computer generated animations are amazing to go from. And that's something that I really kind of like here. But I did, realistically, I hopped on here mainly because of, I thought it was hilarious to find Dad up there on the side. I was like, holy cow, look at us. Okay.
That is kind of funny.
I did. I thought it was good.
I like this, the secret to the concrete mix up top.
Oh, yes.
Because it looks like he's building a tabletop.
Yep.
Because with some things that we're building out here, we may want to come back and watch that because I have an idea about a concrete tabletop.
Oh, I mean, we can
Bar
do
top.
one. Yeah, it's. I've watched videos on the kitchen concrete countertops and
There you go.
stuff, so I kind of have an idea. Yeah.
There you go.
But it really neat, like good resource for a lot of different things out there, and that's the sites I try to show us out here.
I love it. I love it. So, guys, Pro Trade Craft, check it out. Business growth. Okay. Plans for steady cash flow. One-off jobs pay, but recurring revenue will keep you going. And if you're not offering maintenance plans, you're leaving stability on the table. Now, I know plumbing companies that make 30, 40, 50 grand a month. I know some that make hundreds of thousands of dollars a month because they have that many customers. But here's what works. Bundle 2 to 4 seasonal or maybe annual services. If you have an HVAC inspection, a leak check, filter changes, backflow testing, a lot of different things that you can do, price them into a subscription plan. Now, look, subscription plans I've seen are anywhere from $29 to $79 a month. I've heard of cheaper. Look at what you're going to provide and bring value. And that's all it is. But it's not just bringing the value. You're not going to make money on this. You're literally, this is to get you in the door. Because every time you're in there, you do a 360-degree inspection, say, hey, by the way, you got a problem over here. Okay? Now, this is predictable cash flow, better technician scheduling because you can schedule them when you need to schedule them, lower your customer churn because once they've signed up with you, they're not going anywhere, and then fewer emergency calls because you're already checking on the things all the time. Now, this works across different trades. Plumbers can offer water heater flush, whole home inspection. Electricians can do a panel check, bring out your FLIR. Are there any hot spots? Smoke detector replacement. HVAC companies run a full pre-summer tune-up.
Oh, that's huge.
And
to help
an
the busy
indoor air
time.
quality report, because guys, it changes.
Yeah.
Make it simple, make it clear, automate the renewals, and upsell from that trusted relationship. Because guys, if you're already in there, if you're at the house, hey, it's great, thanks, coming out to do your quarterly filter change. So if you're doing that, charge them for the filters that last 90 days. You show up, you change out their filter. Hey, by the way, I checked out your system. I don't know if you've done something in the attic lately, but your plenum got knocked and you're losing a lot of air up there. You want me to get a guy over here to go ahead and start taking care of that? Or you want me to take care of it while I'm here? However you're set up. But guys, looking at things like that, it helps your customer out and it helps save you money because you're not marketing to those customers anymore. They're calling you every time they got a problem.
It also helps balance out the schedule.
Especially
For
during
a
slow
lot,
times.
that's it. Like your slow times, guess what? That's when you're heavy on knocking a bunch of these out, going and doing a bunch of home inspections and things. And then guess what? You're going to sell a few jobs during that. That's going to keep you guys busier too. So definitely something to look into if it's not something you're offering now, because that's where everything's headed in the future, I'm pretty sure.
I love it. All right. I'm going to jump into some questions real quick. Helping Hands Handyman Services says, let's go.
Yeah, baby.
And see, the fire is hot. It's Friday. Matt says, you did a great job with YouTube. I remember finding you and recommending you to all my Texas people and having proof of your quality of work. Man, I love that, brother. Matt McDonough says, Vivor press tool is a pretty good press for cheap. But if you don't keep the heads well oiled, the system will have problems. And guys, that's just like any other tool. I mean, you got to take care of the tools.
Got to maintain your tools.
Matt says, speaking of schools, Vegas has 30% off classrooms without HVAC. And right now it's about 129 out there. So, you're going to save some money. Thank you, Matt. I do have to say, out of all my jobs, plumbing keeps me employed all year long. Yeah, I do have to say, out of all my jobs, plumbing, it's year round. I don't know if y'all know that. Jeep Cherokee guy says some of my old teachers got mad at our high school reunion because of how much we make in the trades. I had an old teacher tell me I make double her salary.
Yep.
And man, Jeep Cherokee guy, I'm going to tell you, I remember going to speak at Career Day. I only had about 3 students come by because it was at a school where they said every one of our students is going to college. And I'm like, you really believe that? And they said, oh, yes, we do. No, they ain't.
No.
I'm going to be honest with y'all. No, they ain't. And I know. I shouldn't say ain't.
Ain't is a word.
It is.
My book.
But the thing is, at the end of the night, 3 counselors came by and that they were walking around all the booths, and they had been set up over across from me, so they saw it. I wasn't the hot spot.
Yep.
But they came over and they're talking and said, well, so how many students stopped and talked to you? I said, you said 3 people. He said, yeah. He said, they understand that there's not much money in the trades. And I'm like, really? And just kind of like, wow. I said, well, I explained to them that, I said, I'm a union instructor right now. So I explained to them that if they join the union right now, by the time they graduate, they'll be making $80,000 a year on the check, plus the benefits package, which is, I don't know, another $30,000, $40,000, something like that. And they have insurance completely paid for. By the time they get out of school in the 5-year training program, they would have made $250,000 or $350,000 while their friends had, I don't know, acquired student debt.
Yep.
And they're like, wait, you told them what? I said, well, what part? And said $80,000 a year. And I'm like, yeah, that's what it'll be 5 years from now based on the raises that we're getting. I said, to be honest, I make 100 a year, but I'm a superintendent. And he looked at me and said, we don't make 80,000 a year. I said, oh, I know. That's why I laugh every time they say, oh, well, my counselors and teachers told us not to get in the trades.
Yep.
And they're like, is it still possible for us to get in? It's like, absolutely. So, guys, that's kind of the way it is. All right. Service work. Managing customer expectations in peak seasons.
Yep.
Go ahead, Squirt.
Whenever you are slammed, poor communication causes most of your 1-star reviews. And there's so much truth to this, guys. If you communicate, it's very important because it's not that delay. It's the surprise. You don't tell them, you ghost them, you just don't talk to them. They get pissed because there's no communication. So you really should start with setting the expectations before they even book. Look, right now we're booking out 3 days, or emergency rates apply during heat waves. Be upfront about whatever y'all's policies are at your company so that customer knows upfront what's going on and why. But then also you're going to want to follow that up with confirmations and automated reminders, letting them know, hey, we're coming, the plumber's on the way, you there ready to open the door, so that we don't waste the time and send somebody and nobody's there to let them in. They need those reminders. Missed appointments and frustration drop fast when customers are kept in the loop. So you really need to train your techs to over communicate.
And that's hard to get them to do.
It is, because like, I'm that guy. I don't like to have to call anybody and go, hey, I'm running 15 minutes behind.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I typically leave with plenty of time.
He's normally there an hour early, is what he's saying.
But if there was a disaster that happened that caused me to run 15 minutes behind, I am going to communicate that. That's going to save my reputation.
Yep.
They're going to know, oh, he didn't stand me up. He's 15 minutes out.
And here's what's good about that. Then when the CSR or dispatcher sees, because they're tracking you, ooh, you know what? He ain't there. Hey, Miss Johnson. Yeah. No, this is Roger from Texas Green Plumbing. I just called to let you know that Randy's running a few minutes behind. Oh, he did? Good. I wanted to make sure you knew. And perfect. Thank you very much. Well, now she understands everybody's looking out for her.
That's it.
So she's not going to get, there's not going to be, oh, well, they were 15 minutes late. No, you know what? I got 2 phone calls telling me, hey, look. And when Randy called, he asked me, do you want a cup of coffee or anything? Can I get you anything? Wow. Most importantly, though, guys, don't make promises that your team can't keep. And that's why whenever I took over a job as a superintendent, I always didn't just talk to the project manager. I want to talk to the sales guy.
Yeah.
What did you tell them that we would do? How did you help us get this job?
Yep.
Like, oh, man. I told them that you'd have somebody on the cleanup crew every Friday for, 4
Duration.
hours.
Yeah.
Why didn't you put that in the deal? It's like, man, that's not the kind of stuff we put in there.
Yep.
And it's like, yeah, but if you're going to tell them that, I'm not going to go on the job and scream and yell and argue. Say, BS, we ain't doing it.
Yeah. But I need to know that I need to overcome 4 man hours that you gave away every week.
Single week for a 52-week job.
I've got to squeeze that out of somewhere. I'm glad I know about that now.
And if you know it in the beginning, it's easy to do.
That's it.
But if you're short-staffed, change the offer or scale it back. You can't say, hey, look, free service calls for the next year, and then realize I ain't got enough people to run the calls we got. Well, you can't do free service calls now.
Yep.
Customers will forgive longer wait times. They won't forgive you ignoring them.
Yep.
And guys, if you're ignoring your customers, you're not communicating with them.
I just ran into this with supply chain issues.
We'll find out today if the problem's resolved or not.
No, I handled my part of it, but
I know.
I had to talk to one of my customers and be like, hey, I want you to be clear. Look, if you order today, I'm not going to be able to ship within 24 to 48 hours like I always do. It's going to be next week before I get to ship that out. Look, no problems. I'm glad that you told me. Man, I've got no issues with it. I'm going to go ahead and put it in now.
Yep.
Awesome. I love that. only because I communicated with that customer, hey, here's my issues right now. I just want you to be aware of this. They knew on the very front end, actually, before they even put the order in. So they were ready for it, which is great. Open that line of communication and be very clear to what's going on and why.
And since they were so understanding, what'd you tell them to do on the shipping?
I rushed it on my end,
Yeah.
not theirs.
Y'all just put ground
Just put
delivery,
basic.
cheapest thing that there is, and we'll overnight it as soon as it's ready. Love that.
That's it.
That's what Leak Pro's all about. Okay, materials, equipment, and tools. Laser scanning and layout tools, because this is going to speed up your QA, QC. Go
Yes.
ahead, let me hear it. It's lasers. I know you love this, and the robots.
But like this is completely different than I've ever really thought about this, guys. Let's talk about laser scanning tools.
Okay.
Okay, not just high-end BIM jobs anymore. More trades are using 3D scanning and layout lasers to improve that accuracy on everything. This is from anchor bolt locations to slab penetrations. There's a lot of new models from like Hilti,
Licia.
Licia, and Trimble that are faster, smaller, and easier to train on. We're seeing these scanners used on commercial TI work, MEP coordination, and even verifying utility tie-ins before backfill. Now, my thought on this went back to you at Parkland.
Yep.
You did QA, QC. And it's something we talked about on here before. You can't close up a wall till everything's signed off, approved.
There's going to be 20
da-da-da-da-da.
signatures on it.
There's got to be 20 signatures. What if it only took one scan
To
To
say
up-
everything's there and where
to
it's supposed
approve
to
the
be.
whole thing?
Yeah.
That wall guy doesn't have to go talk to anybody. He pulls this up, he scans it, and oh, look, oh, every box is checked. The med gas is perfect. Da-da-da-da. We can close this wall, and bam, it's saved. So if anybody wants to know, they can see inside that wall
like that.
too. I love this. This is how this can really help your crew, though. You can pre-check your work. You can document the install quality. Love that. It's all digital. And that helps avoid rework, especially when you're chasing slabs, you're framing around the MEP, or you're routing pipes in chases. I hate having to do an offset in a chase because somebody stuck something across there. You ain't supposed to be there. But they are an investment. But if a $5,000 tool saves you $20,000 in change orders or failed inspections, that's a win every day of the week.
I love that.
So, and yeah, that leads us right into tools. Putting in to your bank, committing to yourself. Something in the trades that we think about that we don't think about is the training. We could care less about how much the tool costs. Oh, but the training, I don't. Do I really have to have that? But guys, today's show is powered by Leak Pro. And it's the leak detection system built for plumbers. And if you're tired of losing slab leaks to the third parties, it's time to level up. I suggest checking out the complete kit at our website, leak.pro. The complete kit comes with both pieces of equipment that we build. The probe, which is a T-handle style stainless steel rod. It's durable. This is what we prefer for that meter to the home service. Anything out in the yard, irrigation lines, stuff like that, is what you're going to want to use to find those leaks. But if that leaks under a slab, under the driveway, sidewalks, anything like that, or once you go inside, I really like that sidekick that comes in the kit. It's our pistol grip style with an aluminum rod. And that aluminum rod, it's a less dense metal, so it enhances the sound more, which eliminates that layer of concrete when you're listening through it. I always suggest the complete kit at our website, leak.pro. But if you're not familiar with how to do it, give me a call because I offer a 2-day in-person training here. We'll go through, I've got a slab out here with 11 leaks under it, do hands-on training, how to locate the lines, pinpoint locate the leaks under the slab. I've got one outside of the slab so that you know what that sounds like too. But also in sewer systems. I've got a cast iron and a PVC system set up out here. So we can go through to that double clean out outside of a home, and you can learn how to determine precisely where a sewer system's leaking. So give me a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO. I'd love to talk about the equipment or the training and how this can help you in your world and business.
And guys, there's nothing worse than having tools and not knowing how to use it the right way or not feeling confident. So the training is huge. If you've got a business and you're trying to grow, This video is also sponsored by Residential Service Professionals. Now, we're doing a mastermind August 22nd, a business intensive, to where you can come in and learn things that are actually going to help your business grow. If you've never been part of a best practice group, or you're tired of being handcuffed by the one that you're at, go to residentialserviceprofessionals.com/launch and come see us. It's $197, but I'm telling you, or it's $197 until like the week before. But I'm telling you, you're going to get your money's worth. So come check it out. Now, this is also sponsored by me because of what I've started doing on YouTube. Guys, I learned to grow, scale, and sell my business. And I did it because of the way we grew on social media. If you've got a company, but you think, hey, you know what? YouTube won't work for me. YouTube's not the problem. It's that voice inside your head that's telling you that. Because here's the deal. You don't have to be the biggest, say, plumbing company in the world. You need to be the biggest one in your area. And if you can learn how to make videos and get found in your area, that's a game changer. And pretty soon, YouTube's going to be more important to your company than your website, because it's also owned. Your YouTube channel is owned by YouTube, or it's on YouTube, that's owned by Google. And Google's starting to look out in social to find out where all are you doing things at. Google wants to recommend people based on 4 things: EEAT, experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. And when they see you're not just on your website talking about plumbing, but you've got a YouTube channel, a LinkedIn page, an Instagram, a TikTok, you can be wherever you want to be. They're looking for the expert. They're looking for who to recommend. YouTube could be it for you. If YouTube is something you want to learn about, I made a free webinar to help you out. Go to justmattroger.com and check it out. Now we're rolling to MEP, smart electrical panels with circuit diagnostics and load shedding electrical pros. Look, electrical pros, pay attention to this because this is something you need. Smart panels are entering more and more residences and light commercial jobs all the time. And these panels don't just distribute the power, they monitor it in real time. And I like this because when I read through this earlier, what I thought about, and I got a post, actually, I think it was from Matt the other day, of a guy that is talking about his distribution panel. You know, the water lines come in and then it goes into the board where you've got individual valves that go to every single thing in your house. Mm-hmm. Imagine if there's individual leak detection flow meters on each one of these that says, hey, this one here hadn't stopped spinning or turning or moving. You go up there and you shut it off. Say, hey, plumber, I got a leak on this line here. Oh, I found out it goes to my toilet. Okay, you've got a fill valve leaking.
Possibly.
Yeah, could be other things. But brands like Span, Leviton, Schneider now offer panels with load shedding features, circuit level monitoring, and remote diagnostics through mobile apps. There's leak detection, remote leak detection systems that you can look at your app and say, hey man, we ain't got no leaks at home. Yep. So what's this mean for the trades? If you're doing a panel swap out, you're not just an installer, you're a systems integrator now. You're tying it in to a smart home. Great upsell potential, energy dashboards, EV charger readiness, solar backup integration. You can even build in service contracts around monitoring for alerts.
Don't forget a generator plug-in point, too,
oh, yeah.
Baby.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the cool thing is about the monitoring, how would Squirt feel if I called him and said, hey, Squirt, just calling to let you know, man, you've got an electrical surge at your house. I don't know what's going on. You want me to get somebody over to look at it? Yeah, I didn't even, I've got my phone turned, or my text notifications turned off or whatever.
Yep.
Now, if you're not installing these yet, it's time to start training on them. Get them figured out. They're not coming, guys. They're already here. And this is stuff me and Randy talk about all the time is, guys, the Jetson cars are here, believe it or not. We can't afford them yet. But I saw that individual drone where you climb in it, sit down, it's got like 8 motors around it.
Sure. It's on automated. It's just a drone. It's an automated drone is what it is right now.
I think we should invest in one. Randy said, okay, twist my arm.
Well,
I know. Randy's I'm already looking.
Not yet. They're coming. They're coming.
I know.
Let the price come down on them. Yeah.
All right, Randy, where's the work at?
Man, there's a southeast coastal demand. Okay. And I'm talking like hurricane hardening, hospitals, multifamily. If you're looking for some strong project pipelines, look to the southeast coast. There's some post hurricane recovery and some population booms
So all kinds of reasons.
that turn out to major construction money, guys. Lots of people are moving. We know it. But we're seeing resilient infrastructure going up fast. Think hardened hospitals, storm ready schools, multifamily housing that meets the new code minimums.
I tell you what, the hospitals are a big deal because in the middle of storms, number one, we bring in more people.
Yep.
And in the storm, it's like, well, are we bringing them into something that's going to protect them or something that's going to hurt them?
Yeah, because they're going to have to be prepared for high winds,
Yep.
flooding. Backup power is one of the most important things. And like I learned that at data center, we had multiple backup generators to be able to keep that thing going.
Yeah, because they cannot go down.
That's it. There's no going down. People are on a lifeline. It stops. That's it. They are going to have generators ready to kick on and go. Period. So Florida, Georgia, also the Carolinas, they're loaded with bond-backed work. Many of the jobs are CMAR or design build with rapid award cycles.
And you've
guys.
done a lot of the CMAR and the design build, bidding them and things like that. Guys, you get to go in and say, this is the right way to do it right here.
Yep. That's it. And if you really do want to head down there, get into this, make sure you get pre-qualified right now if you're in those areas. But there's a lot of trades that are in high demand here. MEP, of course, we're in demand
Always
everywhere.
Every day, every state across the country.
That's
guys.
it. We definitely need more MEP.
Yeah.
Also, some site utility, fire sprinklers, the building envelope itself, structural. You've got to have some structural. But there's some serious opportunities if you can get boots on the ground and keep up with the coastal code. It's going to be different if you're not in those areas. It's definitely different. There's a lot of things that are required there that aren't in a lot of other places because of the storms they get hit with there being on that coast.
I love it.
So you get to definitely learn some new things, how to beef things up a little more, which I think is really cool.
All right, instructor training. And guys, we talk about this a lot, but continuous improvement for your instructors. How do you get them to do it? And we've talked about peer reviews before, but here's one for all you instructors out there. When was the last time that you got feedback? When was the last time you asked for feedback? Peer review loops are transforming how trade instructors improve, whether it's video reviews or shop demos, or video reviews of shop demos, or just sitting in on each other's classes. I mean, think about that. In the union here, I taught 2 nights a week. Well, I could have come in the other 2 nights and just sat in a class. So that's a good way to do it. But then you create structured feedback and it sharpens everyone's delivery. There's some instructors I know that they sit there and read the book. Read the book. How exciting is that? How fun is that?
Oh, it is wonderful to read from the book every night.
And they do it
Good
in a
night.
monotone voice.
Yeah, it's so rough.
Now, some training centers out there now require 1 peer observation a month. And this is to review clarity, engagement, safety language, and effectiveness of the hands-on drills, hands-on training. One of my favorite nights in advanced blueprint reading and drawing is I took everybody around and I'd give like one person 1 color pen or pencil, and all these had different map color pencils, and they literally shifted the drawings around, coloring each different one. They colored the same system. So they just had to know their system.
Yep.
And I did that one time. They loved it. The next year, one of the guys had heard about it. He said, hey, man, look, he said, I don't mean to be mean, but I want to draw all the systems on mine. I said, okay, can you tell me why? He said, yeah. He said, it helps me learn that system. He said, and I'm anal retentive. If they color outside my line, I'm going to go crazy. And I'm like, you know what? I like that because that's the way I am. But I was trying to get them to learn one system and understand you're working on somebody else's project.
Yep.
Do it the way they would want it done. Now, anonymous apprentice surveys, I think, are the way to go. Do that every month, every 3 months, whatever. You'll find out if your best teaching method lands or if it's just routine. Training is a skill, not a title. Keep getting better at it. But one of my favorite things too is if you're a director of a training center and you're watching this video, put a questionnaire out to your students. Go in and build something on Google Forms and say, what classes are you in? Who's your instructor? Have drop downs for every one of them. Are they teaching you?
Also ask who's your best instructor and who's your worst instructor. Just ask the question. They don't have to answer it.
But they will.
Most of them will be happy to answer them, to give you that feedback. And that's a great
And they don't mean it bad.
thing to hear.
They're not trying to throw an instruction on
No.
us. But I had an employee that worked for me that when he was an apprentice, he quit going. And they called him up and said, hey, you're going to have to come to my class or we're going to kick you. He said, no, you're not. And they said, excuse me? Said the instructor just wants to talk about sports and stuff like that. He's not teaching me anything. I got a new baby at home. You tell him to start teaching, I'll start showing up.
Yep.
And they didn't get him in trouble.
Yeah.
They went to the
believe it.
instructor and said, hey, you got students not coming saying you're not teaching. Like, well, just one night. This is a recurring deal because we've heard it from other students because after he started talking, we started talking to the rest of them. So just keep your look. You got an opportunity to give them a great education. Do
That's
it.
it. And most of them are there because they want to learn. We don't want to waste 3.5 hours of one of our nights
Yeah.
that we could be home with our families, just like that guy, new baby. That's where I was too. I didn't want to be at that school. I did want to learn. I did want to improve. I wanted to get better at my trade and all that stuff. But whenever it was a teacher that was just, I'll open your books. I'll give you the worksheet after break. Just give me my worksheet and let me go home.
Read the book for the first hour and a half,
Yeah.
and then come back the next hour and a half, and I'll give you the 10-question worksheet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a good school night. But yes, some of the things that we have to go through, and I get it. It's out there.
And if you're an instructor, ask your kids, say, look, what can I do better, y'all? Ask them. What you got, Squirt?
Helping hands, time to grind. Have a blessed day out there to everyone.
Great to see you in here, brother.
Love it. Had a history teacher that joined the apprenticeship. Now he's looking at retirement in 2 years. Also, doesn't have to pay someone to work on his
Man, I
house.
love that. I really do.
That's
the
it.
trades, guys, the opportunity out there is amazing. Go down.
Oh,
Yeah, it jumps
I was
you
gonna
up.
say, whoa.
Scam Pro back in the house.
How's it going
Scam
over
Pro,
there?
good to see you. Hey, I looked over at y'all's website the other day. Yeah, we need to talk.
I've screamed to the universe that communication is gold, so please make this project manager understand this before I throw him in a dumpster.
And see, I didn't even aim for the dumpster. It's just like, let's go up to the roof. We need to talk.
Yeah, splat works better.
It does.
All right, gentlemen, got to be the Friday hero. I love it. You guys are awesome. Mr. Miyagi of Plumbing and Squirt. You guys have paved the way for awesomeness.
All right.
Enjoy your weekend. Love you. Bye. Man,
Love
go
you,
Leaf,
brother.
bro.
Matt, be good. Matt McDonough, good to see you in here.
That's
Thank you
it.
for always being part of the community.
Definitely appreciate it. HVAC technician, hospital work. Great money. Always needing help. Hurricane recovery for HVAC is huge. Yes. Always hear them say that they can't get enough people out there.
Boy, that's true.
And it is for all the trades. I completely agree.
And Jeep Cherokee, where you at?
Love my apprenticeship. Hold 2 journeyman cards. Good job. Had instructors like that who didn't really teach and showed up hungover, talking about his ex-wife all night. Yes.
Yeah.
I think we've all had them.
Kind of
Like,
takes the fun out of going.
he's from Texas.
There we go,
Awesome.
brother. Good to see you in here.
Yeah.
All right. Specialty. Squirt, we're talking solar.
Complex commercial solar arrays too. Okay, and I thought this was kind of interesting. We're talking structural and electrical tie-ins here, but solar, real commercial installs. Okay, we're not talking about roof tiles and the tax credits and all that. This go.
I want roof tiles and tax
I
credits.
know you do.
Okay.
That not today. Today we're talking parking structures, hospital rooftops, and warehouse canopies. with multi-megawatt solar arrays.
I like that.
I love using the roofs. Even when they're not built for it, you can build something that'll go up there. I guarantee it. It's out there. But these projects involve complex structural tie-ins because, like I was saying, it's not really built for this to be up there. So they had to modify it, create some new things up there. But they've got to go through doing roof load calcs to make sure that it can handle the weight. Think about the snow and the wind drift zone, stuff like that. And also some serious electrical planning, because that's a big undertaking and that's a lot of power you're about to feed through that parking garage or the hospital. Load
Maybe
balancing.
you can sell it back to the city.
That's the best part.
like
Probably not at a hospital. They're going to use way more than they can generate. I don't know. Parkland's got a pretty good sized roof.
Yeah, it does.
But also some load balancing. Transformer upgrades are going to happen. And also there's sometimes some full gear swaps going on. But you're also going to need to coordinate with the utilities for that grid tie-in. I've had to deal with that a lot on gas and stuff like that. But it often requires some relays, disconnects that are done, and demand response integration. It's going to change things up. A lot of extra things that are going to go into that to feed that solar in, especially if you're feeding it back to the grid itself. But if you're a GC, electrician, or a roofer looking to grow, get with an experienced solar engineering partner and chase this market now. Because the IRA incentives make it worth the learning curve. And I love this because you're going to end up probably having to get with some structural guys too, because like I can think of some pretty cool solar arrays that I would build out on some roofs where there's not really built for it. I got some cool ideas, I feel like.
You've always got cool ideas.
I know, like just, that's it. I think outside of the box, which is really neat. And that's where this kind of led me and had me thinking something different than normal.
I love it. You have always got ideas. Yeah, and the neat thing about it is, look, guys, solar's here. It's here. It's for everybody, and we're always looking at what we can do as we build. You know, Randy and I want to build net zero homes here, and eventually we will. So, let's jump over into social media spotlight, and today we're talking about PB Plumber, Mr. Phil. Phil is a UK-based plumber whose installs are so clean they look like sculpture sometimes. And he's not just showing off copper work. He teaches layout logic, spacing, bending techniques, which I know nothing about. And he has a great balance of humor and humility. So why follow someone on the other side of the world? Because technique travels. His videos help young plumbers realize the art in the trade and inspire pride in the work. It's also a great reminder that filming your installs doesn't require perfect lighting or a production team. Just real work shot very clearly. Squirt, PB Plumber, why did you pick him today?
This is out of my norm.
I don't know. I'll see.
I went overseas for this one to see something different, something that we don't normally see. And what intrigued me, the description here, I'm a third generation plumber and gas engineer. So I just think that's pretty cool on its own. I got asked a lot of times, man, like you talk like an engineer. It's like, no, I've been pipe fitting that long, but I understand all the design side of it too and aspects to be able to talk engineer with all the engineers. It blew their minds. But he's been doing it since 2011, 14 years cruising on this.
Wow.
Over 53,000 subs and over 10 million views.
Love it.
I really liked this. Let's get over here to the videos real quick. So, like this one did kind of excite me, and it made me think of y'all's 72,000 strong, right, or something like that.
72K Plum Strong.
Trades United Van Convoy.
71K Plum Strong.
71K. Yep. Convoy protest in Westminster. I just love it. I could see all you plumbers pulling up, holding up everybody. But honestly, he does just the life of a jobbing plumber. I thought that was interesting. A jobbing plumber. I think that's really cool. But it's
I think I looked that up
life.
once. It means like working.
Working. Yeah, that's what I figure. They see things we don't see here because it's done different. Some of the assemblies that they have that I was noticing, but then they still have tools that we use too. I thought that was pretty neat. You do see some different brands that are over there, but like the assemblies and stuff, there's fixtures and stuff that they got over there. We don't see much here. Just some of the styles and things. The piping racks, I love to see something different, something abnormal.
So one thing I like, that rims tool.
Yes, we saw those.
Yeah, we see them at the shows. They've got a cool copper and steel bending
Yep.
tool that literally you don't braze in a 90, you bend the copper to where it makes the 90. It's actually pretty freaking cool.
That's it. But like, and that's the thing is, they use different techniques over there, guys. It converts over here.
If you can convert metric to
Yeah, you're gonna have to use a conversion
Imperial,
chart
right,
how to convert that skill over to standard. But that's one thing I found, and it was kind of like, man, I hadn't seen this. I hadn't found this guy. I feel like I've seen him one other time, but I just like going in here and seeing how things are done over there. It's different
And
than
I like
what
his
we
copper
normally
loop down there.
see. Yeah,
the loop to the left. Two to the left of where you're
yeah.
at.
Oh yes, here. Yeah, actually bending, and I did tubing bending.
No, you get
stainless,
it.
not
I know.
copper. I love bending tubing because whenever you really get good at it, it's beautiful when you can bend every piece perfect, and it's like, holy crap, I just did that, and that looks like artwork. And that's why I kind of do respect electricians a little bit, just a little bit.
Oh yes, there's some amazing ones out there.
There's some that can put in some beautiful art.
All right, popular.
And check this.
I like that swivel head on that.
I know. Like, I love that it just kicks over. Mm-hmm. I've had to add the little rings that you use so that you can do the one that goes anywhere. I thought that was really neat. I hadn't never seen much like that before. But a lot of it's just day in the life. And he does a lot of vlogs like this. But then also when something happens, like he'll do van tours when they got broke in, do some special videos also. But most of them here are just day in the life. If you're somebody out there that's curious to what it's like being a plumber overseas, here you go. Here's somebody that you can kind of get on, check out, see what's going on.
And oldest?
Oldest, we've got 8 years ago, Vito Pro Pack Review.
Oh, love those tool bags.
So nice. And yeah, so like talking about the Vivo ProTech is how he kind of got started, tools, different things to do, started talking thermostats, things like that. And then it evolves, guys. And most people, that's kind of how socials go, is they get started one way and then it just keeps going into other things. Let's see what we've got over here on shorts real quick. Let's go popular. 139,000. What you charging? How much would you charge for this fix? I think that's a pretty cool idea. Just kind of to get an idea of what things cost over there in comparison.
And I like
to
the
here.
manifolds over here too, the main
Beautiful.
boost installation.
Yep.
So I guess he's got a pump there to increase the pressure or something. Mm-hmm. And then a RPZ,
Pretty slick.
or pressure reducing valve, PRV.
Yeah, PRV. Mm-hmm. PB Plumber.
Mr. Phil over in the UK. All right, best practices, the real problem in the trades. So let me ask you something. Why do so many residential service businesses stay stuck making the same money year after year? You hustle, you work weekends, you know your trade better than anyone, and yet the numbers barely move. Well, the truth is, it's not your skills. It's not your skills that are holding you back. It's the stuff that nobody taught you. And I learned that from Michael Gerber. He says, look, you get out, you start a business. Nobody ever taught you how to run a business. You don't know anything about pricing, about marketing, about systems and processes. And if you don't fix those, you'll be stuck on that hamster wheel forever. It's never going to change. If you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what to do. And that's really what it's about. When I first got into plumbing, I thought being the best at my job would help make me the most money. Now, it did when I worked for other people. I made good money, but I knew I was making them a lot more. And then when I started my own business, I realized I didn't even know what I didn't know. I was wrong about just being good, being able to make me a lot of money. So I undercharged. I relied on word of mouth marketing, thinking, well, man, if I fix their plumbing, they'll tell 10 people. I overpaid my marketing companies. I'll tell people about spending $47,000 on marketing, driving down the road and just pretending that you throw out $47,000 cash, knowing when you get to your office, the phone is not going to ring. That's what it was like. I ran my business by the seat of my pants. I refinanced my house. I did everything I had to do to keep the doors open. Does any of that sound familiar to you? Then I started investing in real business knowledge. I started hiring coaches like Michael Gerber. I started hiring business coaches. And eventually I found out about best practice groups. Hiring coaches, hiring consultants. I learned how to price jobs for profit, not just to get the work, but to make the money. I figured out how to use digital marketing. Now that one I figured out on my own because there's not a best practice group out there that will teach you how to do this. They won't teach you the right way because they don't know the right way. They want to pawn you off to another marketing company and hope that marketing company doesn't rip you off. Business cards, truck wraps, those are great, but it takes a lot more than that. It takes a lot more than that to generate the leads. Now, I implemented systems that didn't fall apart every time I took a weekend off. I implemented systems so I could go to meetings and actually answer the phone after I got out. I didn't have to worry about it during the meeting. I knew that there were people taking care of things. I knew I had systems and processes taking care of things. And that's when things changed. I wasn't just a plumber anymore. I was an entrepreneur. I remember sitting at a conference, looking down one day, and I'm in a suit, and I thought, man, today I'm an entrepreneur. I'm not a plumber. I was running a business that grew, it paid well, and it gave me freedom. If you're ready to stop guessing and start growing, join me and Julie Jones, who was in here a while ago, on August 22nd for a residential service masterclass where we will talk about the real problem in the trades. I'm going to break down exactly why so many businesses get stuck and show you how to break through. You'll learn why pricing too low is killing your bottom line, why marketing isn't working and how to fix it, and how to build systems that give you freedom instead of burnout. Now, this is not just fluff. It's what I wish someone had taught me 20 years ago. So reserve your seat now. It's $197 to spend a day in this masterclass, but space is limited. So click the link. We'll put it down in here. We told you about it earlier. I don't know if you put it in or to pin it at the top, but you can go to residentialserviceprofessionals.com/launch. Show up ready to take notes, and let's fix the real problem in the trades, and let's do it together. Now, this video is sponsored by Residential Service Professionals and me and Squirt. Me, I get to teach you about YouTube. The reason I learned YouTube is things like this. I got tired of getting ripped off by marketing companies. So I've created a webinar, and you can find it at justmattroger.com. It teaches you that you don't need all the fancy equipment. You don't need all the views. You don't need all the subscribers. You can get there. So if you want to learn more about learning about YouTube, go to justmattroger.com and check it out.
And also, everybody, we'd like to thank Leak Pro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks. If you're a plumber out there and you don't do leak detection in-house, it's time to start. We build the right equipment for you. It's simple and easy to use, and that's the best part. But we also offer training on exactly how to do leak detection. So check out our complete kit at our website, leak.pro, if you're interested in looking at the equipment. If you don't know how to use it and don't know how to do leak detection, give me a call. I offer a 2-day in-person training where I'll do hands-on training with you and teach you exactly how to do it all. Locate the lines, pinpoint, locate the leaks in water systems and sewer systems. So give me a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO. I'd be happy to discuss the equipment or the training and how it can help you in your future and your company.
Cool thing is, there it is, residentialserviceprofessionals.com/launch. Guys, go check that out. Electricians are awesome until they steal my scissor lift or boom lift. And let me do that right there. By the way, the millwright said your pipes are 2 thousandths off. They need you to move it. Yeah, they can get picky like that sometimes.
I like working with millwrights.
Pretty neat stuff. Guys, I thought I turned that off, did I not? I guess I did.
Happy freaking Friday.
Happy Friday to y'all. Guys, remember, it's Friday. It's the day that most accidents occur, Friday and Monday. So whatever you do out there today, do it fun, but stay safe.
That's it. Happy Friday, everybody. I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend. Stay focused for the rest of the day. I know we're on that last downhill slope. It's almost there. I'm so excited.
We're getting there.
Hope to see y'all back in here Monday, guys. Go out there, have a good weekend. Hit it effing hard. You know we will. Bye.
See y'all next week.